Hi, hello. My name is Björn. I'm co-CEO at Resolution. And today I would like to show you NASA, not another Standup App, how you can use it and what are the benefits. So stay tuned for this. Before we start to look at NASA and how it works, we should have a quick look, 2-3 minutes, to the anti-patterns of daily stand-ups. Let me share my screen for that. You potentially notice it in a couple of your meetings, maybe in daily stand-ups or Scrum meetings. There are some anti-patterns, and we identified over 23 problems in our stand-up meetings, and that's the reason why we developed this app for Jira. So the first point is that people giving unstructured and irrelevant feedback. And the main problem or the main trigger for this problem is that people are not prepared. So when I'm not preparing what I want to say in a meeting, then I easily can forget things. I start to talking about my weekend or uninteresting things. And this means I bore people simple to death. And this leads to a simple aspect that nobody pays attention to what you're saying. And this has a lot of follow-up problems that people stopping asking for help or not offering help. And your stand-up getting relatively quick to a 15-minute waste of time for every person. A second point is, we call it here accessibility and engagement. And this is an interesting problem. I don't know if you ever were in a meeting where the Scrum Master tries to find the Jira issue in parallel to the verbal update of the attendee. So I call it often the Jira board roller coaster. So the attendee is giving the verbal update, Scrum Master scrolling up and down, up and down, up and down. And this creates a huge issue. So close your eyes for a moment and just listen to me. So when you now listen to me, you will remember roughly 20% on what I'm said. When you now open your eyes and you look on the screen share here, you have the capability to remember and to consume 70% of my content because you're getting fitting visuals to it. And this makes totally sense. So now think about my explained situation with the Scrum Master and the up and down scroll. So what happens here? It is like watching a Netflix series and hearing a podcast at the same time. It's totally disturbing for our brains, and nobody can consume the content and give proper attention. And to be fair, in most of the cases, when the Scrum Master finds a Jira issue, it's not up to date. Problem number 3, loss of momentum. A lot of smaller problems included here in this group. So first of all, a lot of people giving us a feedback that stand-up's disruptive in their workflow and they are not seeing the value. One of the main problems is that team managers or the boss is joining the meeting. And here definitely our recommendation. When you're a team manager or a boss and you don't have a crucial rule in the team, so it means you're not give a daily update, also what was yesterday, today, and so on, stay away from the meeting. We know that you want to be informed what's going on, but you will see later a solution for this. For what reason is this our recommendation? Relatively simple. When a boss joins a stand-up meeting, it changes the nature of the stand-up. Everybody is starting to report to the boss. And that's definitely what you should avoid, because it's much harder to say things like, I failed yesterday completely with my plan, or hey guys, I have no clue what I'm doing. Can somebody help me? So stay away from this. There's another point, we solve it with a similar way, that when you're one day vacation, sick, or a couple of weeks on vacation, you're immediately disconnected from the workflow. And this is a huge problem because then you need to ask your colleagues, hey, what was going on, and so on. So there must be a better way for staying tuned for all the updates and stand-ups when you're not capable to join the meeting. And I will show you how it works. What we developed is a structure for stand-up meetings, and it works in 3 phases. Phase 1 is your daily journal. So we strongly believe that preparation is necessary. So, and we created an easy way how users can prepare their meetings, stand-up meetings, but also other meeting types, and in parallel maintaining their Jira. So the effect for me is amazing. I spend 5 minutes in Jira per day. This is my meeting preparation for my stand-up, and at the same time, all my issues are updated, prepared, or created. This leads, and good preparation leads automatically to a way show interesting work. And we created a module for that people can easily show their interesting work to their team. It also gives every attendee a better structure and helps to show or to tell an interesting story and to show it in parallel. And phase number 3 is documentation of the meeting. Nobody wants to document stand-up manual. I met one organization in our research and in our user interviews were really doing it. It was one guy who's creating a Confluence page for every stand-up meeting. That's super hard. Nobody wants to do it. But it's also hard to use all these amazing AI transcript tools. So they are good when you have a meeting with 1 or 2 topics. But when you have a stand-up meeting, they get totally confused and they are totally not helpful. And it's also not helpful to reading a 10-minute transcript of a 15-minute meeting. So that makes no sense. So we created a way, we call it the team journal, which automatically documents the preparation and the interaction of the meeting in a very short way. You will see it. The effects are amazing. For us, for example, we had somehow an output problem. So 50% of the sprint was not finished at the end of the sprint and automatically moved to the next sprint. So, and we thought, okay, we have a planning problem. But yes, it was a little bit a planning problem, but it was more a problem that we were not up to date about the changes during the sprint. And the first thing what a plan is doing, old project management rule, is a plan is changing or will change. So give it a try, and now I will show you how it works. When you want to get a little bit more details of problems in stand-up, especially the long-term effects, we created an amazing white paper which explains what are the problems, what is NASA solving, or how can you solve it also in different ways, but use NASA for it, and what are then the better effects, what you can achieve with that. Okay, good. So back to my screen share. Let's start with my morning routine. I'm already here in my stand-up meeting. So you can see that I can have multiple meetings here. I have also a menu here with a couple of items. I will explain them later. We are now in the stand-up preparation phase. I clicked on my update for the right meeting stream. So what I can do now, I should describe what was done yesterday. So I can copy and paste it from my yesterday meeting because I had in most of the cases already stuff there, but I start now with a plain stuff. So first of all, I'm adding a text item and I call it meetings because I had a couple of meetings. So, and one meeting was with user about the website colors. This is a game changer. Think about following. Normally in stand-ups, or the old Björn, the past Björn, said things in stand-up meetings like, yeah, I was super busy yesterday. I had a lot of meetings. What is happening with all the attendees? They are bored to death and it's not interesting for them if I have a lot of meetings or just one meeting. But when I change this to, I had a meeting with this person about these topics, amazing things will happen. So people start to ask like, hey, can you update me about the outcome? Or can I join the meeting? Because it's also interesting for me. So you're getting the idea. Using a text item here, I use it here a little bit as a headline and give it a comment. I can also create headlines if I want to have a 3-layer structure here. But we want to do it easy peasy and fast. Then I can easily add my Jira issues here. On the right side, I have suggested issues. We are using here a Jira filter and the Scrum Master can define this. So you can use your filter which fits to your meeting type and your team. For us, it's all actual issues in the actual sprint with the assignee and then sorted from not done to done. So test contact form. So here I did it yesterday. But I forgot to maintain my Jira issue. So I can simply set it here on progress. And now my Jira issue is also better maintained. And now I can give you more context. Started with that, but not finished. So this means I need to work today also on it. I go quickly to next, edit here also, and then give more context. We'll finish it today. So have I worked on this yesterday? No, that's my plan for today. So you're getting the idea. I can also give now a little bit more context here with emojis or more emotions, something like a meeting. Let's take here a meeting emoji to make it a little bit more funny. Okay, prepared, perfect. My plan today, again, meetings, and let's give it a little bit more context here. So today I have a meeting with Andy about the website infrastructure. Again, give visual context to what you want to say. It also helps me to plan a little bit my day. And when people are writing it down, it creates commitment. So I'm now much more committed that I want to achieve the stuff, what I'm planning here. Good. Preparation done. We don't do it too complex for demo stuff. What you see here, by the way, are all the issues which are assigned to me in the actual board. That's how the streams are set up. They are aligned to a board, but that's a different story. I will show it later. Good. Okie dokie. So blockers, no blockers. I don't need to do something here. Set up a mood. I'm super happy. And I want to change the structure here a little bit. And when you realize, this was in the wrong one, you can also move it to other points. This is super important for the second meeting type. I will show you later quickly, our team meetings, where you can do planning meetings, retro meetings, reviews, and so on. Okay, meeting time now. That was phase 1. Let's go to phase 2. Relatively easy. I start the meeting here. And now you can see I simulate 2 other users here. I just show it to you quickly. Here's my second user, Andy admin. He has already prepared. Oh no, he's still in the wrong meeting stream. So he was already in the planning meeting. So he has also prepared the stuff. He is joining also the lobby. And we have another user, user. She's also in the planning meeting, so they're all preparing the planning meeting already. Stand-up also prepared and is also jumping into the meeting. So back to my screen. What you can see here, I'm the Scrum Master. I have now an indication which persons joined the meeting and waiting in the lobby. From now on, the Scrum Master controls the screen from everybody. So what we want to drive here in the stand-up meetings is focus. Focus on the verbal update, but also on the visual update. We're giving not a lot of interaction possibilities because we don't want the people clicking around, creating additional stuff and so on, because then they are not paying attention. Okay, let's start the meeting. So I'm the first one. You can change this, the order if you want in the settings. Now I can give my update. So I had a meeting with user, blah, blah, blah. So you're getting the idea. The other people, let me show it to you quickly. The other attendees having exactly the same screen. And they can now interact with the stuff. They can give additional emojis and the emojis appears here. So classic collaboration functionality. So I can give now my my verbal update to it. I can also scroll down to it. And what you can see here is a timer, an overall meeting timer, and a per person or per attendee timer. This is set up from the Scrum Master. You can set up an overall meeting time like 15 minutes, and then we divide it through the amount of attendees who are set up, or you set up a time per attendee. So relatively easy. When I run through these updates, let's assume I'm finished now, and now user is giving the update. So I can switch to it. And what we can see here that's interesting, user had not just a Jira issue here, she has also a Confluence page here. So means they defined the color palette. By the way, I can zoom out a little bit, just zooming in for demo purposes. So normally you can see all the stuff. So define the color palette was her task. She's looking forward for feedback. So she's asking for feedback in the stand-up, and I immediately can go to the color palette and can find the stuff. So that's an amazing feature too, because humans are much better in remembering things like, user explained last week something with a color palette, I want to check it, instead of remembering, the name of the Confluence page is website color palette definition. So this helps users to find issues and Confluence pages later after the meeting much easier. So what I can do now is, as a Scrum Master, I put here simple this on a follow-up item. This on the right side are the follow-up items for the whole team, but also for the Scrum Master. What is the idea here? In bigger teams, so our cloud stand-up, for example, has 15 attendees. 15-minute meetings, 15 attendees. So what does it mean? Very often in stand-ups, we allow questions. That's cool, but it needs to be a super short answer that we can still stay in time. Very often we can't figure out a quick answer to the problem. So it means the Scrum Master need to remember that you need to set up a follow-up or should have a separate Slack conversation or whatever. So, and with 15 people or 10 people or 7 people, you potentially say this 2, 3, 4 times per meeting. But you don't have the time to make notes. Oh, for this task I need to do it, for this task I need to do it, and for this task I need to do it. So what we are doing here is easy. The follow-up list gives the Scrum Master the chance to remember these things and to set up the follow-up meetings later. So I can also pause meetings here, start and stop meetings, but I don't have other interactions, and that's totally wanted here. So as I said, we want to drive focus. So we can run now from user to user. I can also switch back. People can give their attendees here. We are always stopping the timer and starting the timer when you switch the users. As soon as you finish a meeting, we are creating the team journal. And the team journal is our way of documenting a meeting. As I explained in the beginning, documentation is important for the boss, for example, who shouldn't join the meeting but want to understand what's going on in the team, but also important for people who need to remember things a couple of weeks later or on vacation or sick. By the way, when you're searching for a nice Jira out of Office app, we have also this one in the marketplace. Okay, how's the team journal looking? Let's jump into it. So the team journal loading here gives us first of all, a couple of statistics. We have a participation statistic. We have a sprint goal statistic. But the whole meeting stuff also works in Kanban environments. So then we have just in the settings a question what your cadence is. And we have the resolved issue stuff. So I have 2 issues in my sprint at the moment here. None of these issues is done. The whole team has a couple of issues here, and we do it as percentage, and none of them are done. I can see here the follow-up items for the Scrum Master. I can see who created the Confluence page here or the Jira issue, but I can also easily see in which question was it and who had it in the question, that I can remember, I should create a meeting with the user. And then I'm getting here a simplified way, but all the information of the personal updates. I can see the mood, I can see the answers to the questions. And this is amazing because this gives me a way for consuming this stuff relatively quick. So stand-up meeting. That's a stand-up meeting, super efficient. Definitely give it a try. What you also can do, you can do your planning meetings or other meetings with that. It's called, I show it to you quickly. It's called team meetings functionality. You can simply go to the settings, and in the meeting settings, you will find the functionality team meeting. You can activate it, and then you can give different times per topic. So what we are doing here is we are using the meeting questions as, by the way, they can set up individual in stand-ups and in team meetings. We are using them as agenda questions. And then you can give timings on the agenda. By the way, the whole setup, as I said, works for stand-ups and also team meetings per board. You can name the stuff. You can define the suggested issues, what you saw on the right side. I'm using here very often the Jira issue filter. That's the most powerful one. For some teams, just priority of this board or issue type of this board and so on should be enough. We have a user selector, which users should be in general there. So who's a Scrum Master? Who is a coverer? Coverer has the same functionality like the Scrum Master. And then all the users which I want to have in the meeting. When the meeting is. This is an interesting topic. It helps to get an overview, and we have also notifications with a Slack bot reminder. But you can run the meeting always when you want to run a meeting. So our structure is super cool. So we have the preparation mode. The preparation mode is open the whole time when a meeting is not running. So let's assume I have a stand-up meeting. I finished a stand-up meeting a couple of minutes ago. My preparation mode, let's go back to the stand-up meeting again. Let's show it to you. So my preparation mode for the stand-up is now again clean, and I can start to prepare the next stand-up. This is good because we have two user types. We have user types who are preparing the stand-up just a minute before the stand-up happens, hopefully 2-3 minutes more. That's me, classic. We have other user types who are preparing the stand-up the whole day. So always when they finish some stuff or when they plan new stuff, they're going into the app and using it a little bit like a notepad or planning tool. And this is good. So means preparation is always open between two meetings. When you start a meeting, the preparation of every user is pushed when he joins the lobby to the meeting. So this is also a way when you're already in a meeting that you can go out of the meeting when you click on some of these Jira issues here. You change something in your preparation and go back again to the meeting. Then your update is pushed to the meeting as well. Be careful with that because you're overwriting then the interactions which happen potentially with your items already. There's a little bit of hidden feature. It's good for late joiners and people who forgot to add something in the stand-up meeting. When somebody clicks on stop the meeting, then we are flushing all users' preparation and it's a reset for the next preparation phase. So hopefully you're getting it. If not, relatively easy. Check out our documentation. We're explaining it there. Back to topic. I want to show you the team meeting. So I'm still in the settings of the team meeting. You have, by the way, also additional data sources like Confluence. So every user can connect their Confluence as well for the Confluence pages, what you have seen, and you can create custom filters. So let me explain all the stuff. So team meeting, preparation phase. A little bit the same logic like in the stand-up, but different. Okay, Scrum Master view, as you can see, here's a different filter setup. So this is now a planning meeting. So means I'm using here the Jira filter, JQL, like all issues which are not in a past stand-up meeting and not in an ongoing stand-up meeting. So means it's reflecting my backlog. So I have my personal view here. My personal view are Confluence pages. In the future, we will also have personal Jira filters that people can have more granular filters for specific topics. Good. And I have something new here. It's called Team Update Preview. Game changer. Absolutely game changer for us. And it's amazing. When you try it, when you had a couple of meetings with the preparation, you will love it. So what is it? The Team Update Preview shows you what before the meeting starts, what other people already prepared. So means I can see that Andy Admin created has this for the review product backlog he reviewed these items here and want to talk about in the meeting about these items. User want to talk about these items. So this means, first of all, I don't need to add this to my, I can, because he has it already. So I don't double topics. So people have a much more efficient preparation. Or I can add the stuff and can already say some stuff here. So I don't know, we will not do it. So this is, by the way, a functionality I haven't explained yet. This is how you maintain your Jira issues in parallel. Yeah, when you click on this, click, then here is a comment. So that's how you're super quick with your Jira. So what happens now? Let me show you the screen from Andy Admin. So that's Andy Admin. He's also going to the planning meeting. Though this is his preparation, and he can see now immediately what I'm preparing. So this gives a much better preparation for this stuff. So, okay, let's say this is fine here for the backlog. Select user stories for the sprint. We leave empty because that's what we are discussing in the meeting. Break down user stories into specific tasks. Also here we leave it empty, set the sprint goal. Okay, fine. So relatively small preparation for this meeting type. Users can prepare it. This is what you should structure with your team, but then you can guide them through. Again, we are super happy. And now let me join the other guys as well in the meeting. So we need here Andy Admin. Just that you can see it. He has also no additional preparation. Next. He's also super happy. Enter the meeting lobby. And where's our user? User is still in the team journal of the stand-up. She can quickly switch the meeting. So normally you don't switch from meeting to meeting so fast. But also here, so she's medium happy today. And here we go. So they're now, that's what you can see, they're waiting for the Scrum Master or for the meeting facilitator till the meeting starts, but we are all there. Back to my role, Björn. So I'm starting the meeting. It looks a little bit different here. We are now running not from user to user, we are running from topic to topic because it's a team meeting, a topic-based meeting. So, and you can see a lot of more functionalities here. So first of all, what you can see is we are in the review backlog, 5 minutes for that, and now people can discuss it. But they can now give additional comments to it. So I can also move issues like this one to me. It's not changing automatically the assignee because it's maybe not what you want. That's automatic, but you can easily do it here. This is now Björn's issue. And I have it later also in my team journal documented under my name. Okay, I got some tasks, much better visualization and so on. If I want to have a little bit more stuff here, I can give, I don't know, attention, or we're giving a shoe to it. I can also create complete new tasks. Yeah? So let's assume the next point is select user stories for the sprint. Let's say we simply want this one in the next sprint. And we are moving it to the next sprint. It's gone here and it's now here. So, and then I can move it again. User, please, you should do it. What you also can do, so other people have the same interaction or have similar interaction possibility. At the moment, only the Scrum Master and the coverer. In the future, every user. We are waiting here for a new Atlassian feature for Forge. So it's a Forge app. It's a caching feature, which allow much better collaboration. At the moment, this that other users can do it in parallel is limited to Scrum Masters and coverers. So you can change here the tasks. You can also run here the topics. You can also run here through the topics. Again, we are starting and stopping the time always when you're on the topic. So you can do a lot of stuff here. You can create new issues, for example. This is a new issue, and you are now in the meeting, don't forget it. So this is now the collaborative part, so it means you can do brainstorming meetings with that and so on. Convert this to a new issue. Here it's automatically in the right project. It's also assigned somewhere to ND admin. Let's assign it to me. So because we took ND admin, we created it here on ND admin's side. So he created it, and now I can simply move it here to me. That's also visually represented than I'm doing it. Much more efficient meetings. It's better as a Confluence documentation. It's better as a chaotic whiteboard where everybody can move in. You have a proper structure for your meeting. You have in parallel the timer. Everybody can see it. And this is a much better way for doing it. So when you give additional comments, let's run. Oh, no, let's give a beautiful comment. So this is a comment. I also want to save it again on Jira. You can see with the small avatar here that who added this comment at the meeting. So also later in the team journal, you get an idea which person added the topic, text item or whatever. So you run through the stuff just quickly, setting somewhere a sprint goal. You can set now here a sprint goal for every person, and then you finish your planning meeting. So this is the team meeting functionality. The team meeting functionality allows you to run all the Agile ceremonies. We will launch a training for that relatively soon, how you run Agile ceremonies on a proper way. Stay tuned for this. But you can also run one-to-one meetings with that. I'm using it for one-to-ones. We're using it for brainstorming, strategy meetings, and so on. You can run every meeting which is structured topic to topic. You can do it with that. So automatic documentation, again, the team journal, how does it look like? Here's our team journal. Again, our stuff on the top. And then we have here the per topic documentation. That's our backlog. These are the selected user stories for the sprint, and we haven't selected anything here. Good. What are the rest items here? My overview gives you a little bit an idea what was going on in the past from your perspective. So when you can't remember what you have done in Jira in the last days and so on, you have here recent activities. Also here your personal goals in progress. Done is nothing so far, so I should hurry up a little bit. And what you also have here is a stream overview. Here you can see all meetings. And these are grayed out when you're not a part of the meeting. And then you can't join the meeting and you can't see the team journal. So means this allows also, for example, an HR team to have their meetings here and discussing pay raises. And not everybody from the company is automatically informed about this. So that's the security aspect here. But you can see when who is participating on this meeting, who is a master of the meeting, and when is the meeting running. New meetings here. Yeah, and that's all. That's the Standup App. So not another Standup App. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give it a try. If you see something what is missing, please contact me on LinkedIn or our support team. We are super happy to jump in a Zoom session with you. When you have additional questions, also ping us. Thanks a lot for spending this time with me and watching the tutorial, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.